Alright guys, so now we're going to move up to super flyweight or junior bantamweight division, which is 115 pounds at max you have to come in at. Before going on, I'm going to just explain something else before talking about the fighters. At times also, fighters may actually come in on fight night way over this limit here. This is only important as a limit for when they weigh out on the scale. Okay? So they do the weigh-in the night before, and they have to make sure they don't exceed this limit. If they exceed this limit, they could be stripped of their title belt, or they may have to pay a fee to their opponent to be able to retain their belt and still fight for their belt. Okay? Alright, so here we have sometimes these guys come into the ring way above this. They may be 2 divisions up. They may be 118 pounds, or they may even be 122 pounds coming in to the fight. So this is also important. In boxing, weight does matter when you're fighting opponents. If you're bigger and stronger than another guy, that can supersede his skill and technique. Okay, so this is an important point I need to make mention of. Okay, so we have the WBO champion, who is Omar Andres Narvaez from Argentina. I don't know if I pronounced that right. It could be Narvaez. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, he has 43 wins, 23 by knockout, 1 loss, 2 draws. And the last time he fought was in 2010, so he's really not relevant. So far, nobody has been trying to fight him for a belt. He hasn't fought any #1 contenders in the WBO in a while. He probably is still busy. He probably is fighting different places and defending his title. He's defended his title more than 5 times, which is why he's super champion. It's not because he has titles in other weight divisions. The IBF champion is Zolani Tet from South Africa. He has 19 wins, 3 losses, 16 by knockout. He has 16 wins by knockout. And the last time he defended was this year, which is very good. Then the WBC champion is Carlos Cuadras from Mexico. He has 30 wins, 24 by knockout, and 1 draw. So he's undefeated so far. He fought May this year. This is an interesting guy we probably should pay attention to. Also this guy here, but he hasn't fought in a long time at the world championship level. So he may be fighting people back in Argentina, but they're not defense. They're like stay busy fights, if you understand. He's probably having difficulty because he doesn't have a good promoter to be able to get the bigger fights and therefore to defend his title against bigger opposition. Because another thing you have to understand in boxing is that in boxing you have to have money. You have to have somebody to promote the fights. So if you don't have someone to promote the fights, then you're also in problems, because now your opponent may not want to fight you, the #1 contender. He can probably look somewhere else to get a fight. So this is probably why this guy, he hasn't had a fight in a long time, since 2010. Okay? We have Kohei Kono from Japan. He has 30 wins, 8 losses, and he has 13 knockouts. And he defended on March 26, 2014. And you have the interim champion, who is David Sanchez. He has 26 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 20 by knockout. Last time he was also active, he also defended May 24th, or attained his belt May 24th, 2014. Okay, so this is the super flyweight or junior bantamweight division.